Good morning, welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with the Guru. I'm Paul Dawson and I've got with me Peter Nonamaka, the Guru himself. We're doing things a little bit differently this time. So over the years, Peter's interviewed a lot of interesting people and a lot of local business people, and I thought today it'd be good to get his perspective as a local business person and quite a successful person at that. Before we organised this, I had a quick look through his resume. It's as long as your arm. You've got Hillross Business Person of the Year, Hillross Advisory Firm of the Year, Barron's Top 50 Financial Advisors in the country twice, as well as in the prestigious Amicus Group for AMP. So a lot of people are probably watching this video are quite familiar with Hillross and with Peter himself. But for those that might not be, Pete, do you want to give us a 30-second sort of summary of the business and what we do?
Thanks for that, Paul. After that introduction, I can hardly wait to hear what I've got to say. But we've been in business 22 years last month. Lynn and I started that through 3 credit cards on the table and got a business going with no clients, no funds, and a prayer that we're going to do well, and failure was not an option. So we got stuck into it and we worked very hard. And today we've got about 9 people working in the business. We manage about $250 million of MacArthur's money. We've got people all over the countryside, people who have been in MacArthur that have moved away. We still look after them. With technology, we can do things through Zoom and emails. And we've grown the business that a lot of our clients have been with us for so long. They're almost like family. So we're very personal, and one of the things I love about the business is continuing that personal approach and watching people's lives transition from working to family. Unfortunately, we have people that pass away. We look after their partners. So it is a really big life cycle that we do, and that's why we love what we do.
That's fantastic. And I suppose that leads into my next question, which is, you've done so well over the years and you've sort of been around such a long time that you're probably the best person to ask this question to. What makes a good business in your view?
A good business, running a good business, I don't think is too hard. You've just got to do what you say you're going to do, and don't make promises that you can't fulfill. It's all about personal service. If you can do what you say you're going to do, everything else works out. The clients, or in our business or any business, if it's making money, if it's producing an item, if it's producing a service, if you provide that and look after the client and actually try and excel all the time, trying to improve the way you do business, be it technology being improved, take advantage of that, understand it, always try and lift the bar to what you did last year. So next year it's going to be a better business. It's always going to be something that you don't have to reinvent yourself, but you have to always be ready to change. And particularly in the last couple of years with COVID, you've seen businesses that didn't adapt fail, and you found businesses that did adapt very quickly have excelled and actually got better businesses today than they had 2 years ago. So it's just been trying to improve yourself, but look after the client. You look after the client, everything follows. You'll be happy, you'll be successful, you'll make more money, everyone's a winner.
Yeah, that's really good. So look after the client, do what you say you're going to do, and keep trying to improve, which is fantastic. So that leads into sort of another question is, are there things that you've had challenges with, or you've maybe made mistakes, had failures over the years, and you've had to adapt and change?
All the time. I don't try and make mistakes all the time, but what I try and do is if there's a mistake made, and I can think of a couple off the top. We had new technology, and I remember one day I started this new investment, and it was the first time I'd moved money around, and I pressed transfer something like $3 million, and I didn't think it worked, and I pressed it again, and I actually tried to buy 2 lots of $3 million. So I had a nervous little wait for 5 days for the $3 million to buy, so I could sell back out the $3 million, and hopefully I didn't lose any money on the way through. And fortunately, we didn't lose any money. We actually made a bit of money. and the client wasn't disadvantaged, and we wouldn't have let the client be disadvantaged anyway. But that's a classic example of what do we do? Well, next time we've got self-checks all the way through that we never press a button twice, and you learn from mistakes. And I always say to people, what's the best thing about making a mistake? Well, the best thing about making a mistake is you're never going to make it again, because you put systems and processes in your business that you don't make the same mistake twice, and then you just move forward and you get a better business out of it.
That's really good. And what are some of the changes or things that you've seen over the last 20 years? And are you optimistic for the future? Where do you think the industry is going over the next 20 years?
Yeah, well, there's a couple of things that have changed. I think one of the big things that have changed is we're getting used to walking around like this, like everyone feels like a bit of a nurse and a doctor at the moment, but that's something we've adapted to very quickly, and I don't think that we're going to see the end of that. COVID's probably changed our world forever in some aspects, but we're changing, we're adapting. The other thing is the mobile phone. So in that phone that we used to just pick up a brick and talk, I hardly ever talk on this really. A lot of the time I'm emailing, I'm texting. I've got 350 clients in here. I've got access to internet. I've got access to financial planning information. This is just, I can go anywhere in the country, probably anywhere in the world, and I can Bluetooth a printer, and I can run my office from that if I had to. I mean, that's just an awesome piece of technology. And as most things with technology, you know about 5% of what to do with it. If you understand these things, you can really make some gains in productivity and just be a step ahead of the competition. So yeah, technology, I think the mobile phone has just been an awesome thing. And now the applications that you get on that, the applications we get on our computers for financial planning software, it's all awesome. A lot of people are more connected now. I don't have to tell you what the share market did last night. Most people will have that on their phone as well. So there's a lot of things that have helped us help clients along the way. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And look, I mean, 5 minutes is only enough to scratch the surface. Probably 5 hours wouldn't be enough to get all his wisdom either. But thanks so much for your time, Pete. It's good to have you and good to have a chat.
Thanks, mate. And remember,
today's the first day of the rest of your life. Make it a good one.
Cheers.